Look how good this curl is, dude.
Look at this curl is.
Oh, we can talk about J Hall growing the hair out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just start the episode.
Go ahead and take that hat off.
Maybe that should be the intro.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Sooner Nation? I'm Danny Stutzman. I'm here with my beloved host, Jaren Canick, and my other host, Jeremiah Hall, Mr. Financial Advisor, a.k.a. the number guy, a.k.a. growing the hair out, a.k.a. all fresh and lined up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is episode 7 of your favorite show right now, the podcast on the prairie. It is great to have you guys listening. Good to be here, guys. Let's get into this. So last week we talked about a little wager between me and Jeremiah Hall, if you guys don't recall. And, we discussed that once we win the game, J Hall is actually going to grow out the chia seeds on his head. And
As I recall,
number 12 Oklahoma did beat and pull off the upset.
Didn't
I
beat
even know it was an
knockoff.
upset. And beat Oklahoma and beat Texas. So now Jeremiah has to be a man of his words and grow out that beautiful hair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
luscious
bro.
locks, baby.
I mean, like, I look good with a fresh shave, bro. Like, don't ruin that for me.
I feel the deal.
Maybe you shouldn't have put your hair on the line.
We never like shook on it or anything.
Well, I mean, we are
Danny
virtual.
put his hair on the line too.
I did put my
We've
hair
been
on the
working
line.
on our hair for months now and kind of ruining it. So, but you guys
we
both
could
put it
talk
on the
about
line, and
How about we put a vote on Twitter? Let's just let the fans decide.
That's fine because I know who they're going to
yeah,
be in favor of.
it's going to be very obvious of what they're going to choose. So, I mean, we're okay with that.
I don't know. Alex, can we cut this out? No, I'm kidding. Hey, no, let's talk about the game. Let's not talk about me. I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about y'all.
Let's talk about the game. Let's do it.
Let's talk about the games.
Well, football.
First off, just so everybody knew, wore long sleeve, joggers. Long sleeve wasn't a great idea. Joggers was definitely the way to go because I don't know about y'all, but I was there like 7:15. It was cold in the morning. I think I had my first beer about 7:40. Had my first corn dog about 7:50. It was a great time, just so y'all know. Whenever y'all get to like that side of things, it's a great time. Felt good. What time did y'all get up for the game? What was it like 5:45?
Yeah, I went to bed at 9:30. I went to bed really early.
Yeah.
People don't know. Last year,
For those of you who don't know.
so when you go, all right. So last year, this might play into things. Honestly, like looking back at things. So last year we usually go to team movie. It's kind of like our thing. But, we've kind of figured out through trial and error that for an 11 a.m. kickoff, a team movie is very tough to do.
Yeah, not
Because we know last year we went to a team movie. We wanted to watch 300. It didn't work. So then we put on this terrible movie called like Amsterdam. Awful movie. Christian Bale, he actually did pretty good at his role, but everyone else was terrible.
It
Had a
just
lot of
was.
star
It was
actors.
a boring movie. It
Yeah.
just
Margot Robbie was in it,
anyways.
though. Anyway, so we got back like late to the hotel, and then we had a guest speaker. The guest speaker was amazing. Brian Bosworth spoke to us last year. His message did run a little long though, which is like
expected.
which is he had a lot to say. We obviously with the whole tradition of the thing, but we ended up like our curfew was like literally 11:30. Like we went to bed so late like last year, and then this year obviously we kind of figured that out, and we were literally done with meetings by 8:00, curfew 9:30, and it was a much
like
better
really
process.
late.
Yeah. So I went to bed 9:30. I woke up at 6. Wake up was 6:30, and then downstairs by 7:15 for like a little morning stretch, which was a really good process for us.
In the suits, by the way. She had us stretching and moving around in the suits. I thought it was pretty unique. It was fun though.
That man is
But I
committed.
enjoyed it. You know.
Yeah. No joggers or anything. No warm up suit. Like just straight in the suit, sweating it
In
out.
our suit, ready to go, man. You know, ready for the walk. You know, obviously we eat a quick meal. You're eating steak at 7:00, steak and spaghetti, and then in the suit, you do a quick little meeting for like 30, 40 minutes, and then I think at 8:45 we left the hotel. You know, got there at 9:00, and you know by that point, you know it's game time. Like that's just one game. You know, usually 11 a.m.s are kind of hard to wake up for. You know, you have to. That's one game, dude. Like at 6 a.m., like you were. I mean, I set my alarm before the wake up time.
Oh yeah,
because like I knew I was
Yeah.
gonna be ready to go, and that's
You
just
got to.
that's just kind of how it is.
I think that for that game, honestly, one, I'm glad y'all went to sleep before 11:30 because I remember that game. I was asleep at like 9:30, 9:00. Like as soon as I go to sleep because I knew next day it's on and popping. What? So here's what I did. I was going to ask you guys this, but when I got to this game in particular, I made sure that as soon as I got off the bus, I put my stuff down. I went and walked down the tunnel just so I could see what the stadium was like empty. Like the vibes were like serene. Did y'all do that by chance?
Nah,
No?
I rushed to the bathroom because you know how those away bathrooms are, man. There's only like three
Yeah.
stalls, and there's 120 people. I mean, you can do the math. You know, that's 40 people per toilet, man, and it adds up, man. You know, some dudes are throwing up in there. So you want to be one of the first people to use them. You know, you don't want to be the 40th person to use a toilet, man. It's rough.
And here's a little shout out to my former teammate, David Agwebu. You could be smart. A little trade secret he taught me. Go find a different bathroom. And that's what I did. So
Where'd you find one?
I actually went upstairs and found another bathroom on the second or third floor.
Did you use the elevator?
There were stairs. Nobody was using it. I originally was going to use the one in the locker room. There was a line out the door. There's 3 stalls, 10 people in line. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go on a little adventure, a little exploration here. You know, worst case scenario, I come back and I'm in line. But, you know, went upstairs and got lucky. 4 stalls hadn't been touched. And so
nice and clean.
Got a little lucky there. But
dude, the worst is the toilet paper, dude. I'd be getting burned. But I think it helps me play, you know, when it's a little red down there.
What do you mean by burned? Burned?
Okay.
We don't get fingers in my mouth.
Oh my gosh, let's not bring. Hey, how about I've been on my knees several times in this game,
bro? That was crazy, man. You know, Coach V is known for questionable comments. You know, because he has so much passion. He doesn't understand what he's saying at times, and so when something like that happens, I was trying so hard not to laugh, man. Like, and I don't think anyone else really picked up on it sitting up there because, like, I don't know, you're kind of on cloud 9, dude. You just beat this game, like. I'm sitting up there like, bro, I'm just like what am I doing right now? And I hear him say that, and it's like I look around, bro. I tap Gentry on the leg. I'm like looking over, and I'm like I peek back to see if Dylan and or Jaleel caught it. Well, I don't think they did. And like I was like, dude, there's no way he just said that. Like I didn't even think the cameras were gonna be on me, which is really funny. Even though I was sitting right next to him, like it was just like I wanted to laugh so hard. Like
the cameras were definitely on you because
that video was posted like everywhere.
I saw that and I started cracking up. I'm surprised Gentry didn't start laughing with you. I would have been up there laughing.
Oh, I know. It was.
Hey, you think Venables would have said anything if you like laughed out loud for real?
He would have acted confused on why I was laughing.
He definitely didn't realize what he was saying. That's the thing about him. It's like he's constantly making these like statements that are super questionable, and he never understands why they're questionable.
He's just so innocent. I think a girl asked me one time. She was like, "Whose idea was it to wear pants that tight, make them white, so that way when you're sweating, like just." Everything's there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have that problem.
Moving on into the game, bro. Second play of the game on defense, right? And I think somebody made an edit of this on Twitter. Shout out to my guy, Captain 405. He made an edit of you guys. What they shift into what 3 by 2?
Bunch. Empty
FTB bunch.
Yeah, empty bunch, right? You guys are making the call. It seems like y'all already knew what the play was going to be. because I'm looking at Gentry. He sat on the slant route. Okay, so for all our listeners, when I say sat, I mean like he didn't backpedal, he didn't move, like he just waited for the slant to come to him. Like, did y'all already know what the play was going to be when they?
Yeah, so we had obviously, there's some looks that teams go into that are kind of like, there are regular looks, but it's like stuff they use like from game to game.
Yeah, game plan.
So like, we were expecting that, and the coach already talked about in the first 4 plays we are going to get either like a screen, like an empty bunch, or like or a shot that's going to be taken. And so obviously we had checks ready to go, and we initially had like a man blitz called.
Yeah,
and then when they got that formation, we went into like a cover 2 concept. So then we had our field corner down in a cloud. And so he was able to play the flat and just play the slant instead of being off outside leverage because, because for people that don't know, in the man concept, he has over the top help. And then so he has at first he had outside leverage to protect like the fade. Because, he can give up a post because he knows he has a safety there. But when we made that check and then he knew we were going into a cover 2, so now he has help on the outside. So that's why he shifted inside to be able to, to play that slant route. Yeah. And so, we were ready for that, took the communication from everyone. First I recognized it. I'm screaming the call, so then Ethan knows to get outside. Yeah. So then Ethan knows to get outside the bunch because his responsibility is to blow that up to take away the screen.
Hey, real quick, I thought that was a genius idea. Rather than having a corner come down or somebody else drop, having Ethan, the defensive end, press the point because no receiver is going to stop that.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have like a tight end who their tight end was kind of banged up a little bit. So I think first play to have him Ethan down, just run at him full speed. Not really something that he wants to do. I mean, that guy, he's a good player, number 0, but he's not a very physical blocker. He's more of a receiving guy. So when you're putting like getting hands on him, being physical with him, obviously he's not going to want to do that. And then obviously Quinn Ewers is not really a running quarterback, so we're not really worried too much when they go to empty to a QB draw situation or something where he's going to tuck up the ball and run. So we don't really mind, moving Ethan Downs from in the box to out on
that's good
tight
stuff.
end.
Yeah,
but it's really good game plan by the coaches. We practiced 100 times. Obviously seen it on film, so we kind of were really prepared in that moment.
One thing I'll say this about the game, and we'll continue to talk about it a little bit more. I felt like there were really no bad calls by the coaches. Either that or you guys just made up for it. However it was, overall, I think even when we went for it on 4th and 2 on offense, I don't think we got it. But overall, I thought it was such a well game planned game overall. I could tell that, Jaren, you were getting a little, we're still talking about the second play of the game. Jaren almost jumped the slant, the first slant that was inside. He went right past you. So did you look at that on film and think like, man, like probably I should have sat on the inside slant, or were you?
They never throw the inside slant. That's the thing.
No, it's always
how often does the quarterback throw
it?
They never want the first slant. The first slant is to clear it out. So if you see 2 slants, they don't throw the first slant. They don't throw the one over the middle where the linebackers are. Like, come on, if you're a receiver, you don't want that first slant. You're going to get killed. Yeah.
The purpose of the first one is to clear out and give room for the second one. So I was kind of thinking just push through and find the first one. So
that's so crazy to hear y'all say that, because as an offensive guy, we run double slants all the time. And I never like thought about whether the defense knew that or not. But you guys are right. Like, we're never going to throw the inside slant. I wouldn't even want to catch the inside slant.
No receiver wants the inside slant. It's like
if I'm running that, I'm like, please don't throw me the ball. Like, I'm not even going to look at the quarterback. All right. Hey, B, what's your first memory from your time playing sports as a kid?
Hey, there was one time I was playing flag football as a kid, man. I was probably like 3 or 4 years old. I got the ball. I was a running back. Got the ball. I started running the opposite way. I was moving, though. I was running the opposite way. I was running towards their end zone. My mom has it on camera. She was screaming at me to go the other way. I heard my mom turn around, and I scored like a 95-yard touchdown. Jay, I9 Sports is providing these memories for kids throughout the state of Oklahoma. If you're a parent looking to sign your kid up for youth sports, look no further than I9 Sports.
We highly encourage you to sign your kid up for flag football, but we also have basketball, volleyball, baseball, and soccer. Ages vary from 3 to 14.
And parents, here's a great perk for you. Practice and games are on the same day, so it's a 1-day-a-week commitment, and the leagues last for only 7 weeks.
They have locations in the Edmond, OKC area, Yukon, Moore, and Norman. So check them out by going to On9 Sports or call 405-225-7048. Moving on to the first play of offense. Well, not the first play. I don't think it was the first play, but the second play of offense. B. Willie called it. Shout out to my boy, y'all. He couldn't be on here tonight. Danny and Jaren got a tight schedule, and B. Willie had obligations. So he called the Wildcat, but it wasn't DG. It was with Farouk. Shout out to B. Willie, man. Was that playing too?
What's up?
Was that playing too? Y'all know about the offense?
So it was funny when you guys talked about that last podcast.
Yeah.
Like when that was brought up, because like me and Jaren literally came from when we were leaving our meeting, we talked to Coach Levy and we're like, do you guys have any tricks up your sleeve? And he literally talked about doing Wildcat and then shifting out of it just to say like this is a different type of game plan this year. And so when B. Willie called that out, me and Jaren like had to be so silent because we did not want to give anything up. Which hey, kudos to him, brother. I was impressive that he guessed that for sure.
For our listeners, we know ball. Yeah, we know ball, baby. Shout out to B. Willie. Hey, another thing, did you have like extra padding on for this game? Like I saw the
it's like Jaren used to rock it before me. Actually, he's kind of the predecessor of it. I don't know what it's called. It's not like a cowboy collar because a cowboy collar comes back. Yeah, but it's just a little something for like your just like a little padding right there. So when you're delivering the wood and smashing dudes and bringing it on them, dude, you're just a little more protected.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly what he said.
And we play defense. All we do is hit dudes.
Huh. Hey, what did y'all think after they executed the fake punt, which I thought they did a hell of a job doing? They get like 40 yards on that. This is like what? First drive, second drive still earlier in the game?
Yeah. So was that after or before no, so that was before the punt, right? The blocked punt?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
So obviously, as soon as we come off on defense, we go right to our little tent to like get corrections.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's some Texas. I mean, obviously we ran a fake punt last year or a fake field goal. So I mean, they're gonna have some stuff on their sleeve, but they huddled up. We're supposed to have a contained player. Didn't execute the call, but I think the defense came out there. We responded really well. We had that fumble, forced fumble, which they overturned. And then right after that, had the interception. It just really shows you how far this defense has come. When adversity like that happens, we didn't just give up an easy touchdown, which is kind of like with all the momentum they have right there, it's easy to do. But defense, kept our poise, kept our composure, and just responded so well.
I think y'all did a good job on that. Also, I can tell. Well, we practiced this let me restate. We practiced this when I was there, but the fact that y'all are actively, especially the DBs, constantly looking at the peanut punch, constantly working on the rips. I'm like before it was there when I played, but like it's so much more noticeable now. Like I don't even know how to describe that to y'all.
We need the ball
to know.
Yeah, it's all we do, man. You gotta get takeaways to get victories. I mean, Coach Grinch talked about that a lot. Like I'm not gonna lie, Coach. Alex Grinch, that was a big emphasis. Like you got to get the ball. Mm-hmm. But I think it's just a different mentality. Like it's how like we live and die with every single play. So like when you make that a real emphasis, like it's like your life. Like getting that ball, I think it just happens more.
Mm-hmm. A byproduct of that, Billy Bowman on the hit that same drive with the interception by Kobe.
Dolby.
Sheesh. I feel like there was more. Bro, I feel like there was so much action in the first quarter that honestly you could have put that in any other football game and that would have been a complete game.
We looked up, we couldn't believe it had only been 6 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, it's like there's still 9 minutes left in the clock and we're like, bro, like I feel like we've played a full game.
That was
like it's so much whole happening so fast.
Jeez. I was sitting there watching
that's how that game is.
As a fan, like my emotional meter was like just drained after like the first 8 minutes of the game. I'm like, oh my gosh, we still got a long ways to go. Like I'm definitely getting my money's worth on this one.
Now that was, I mean, in terms of games, like great. I don't know, dude. I feel like my freshman year, that comeback might be a better game. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was better football played by us. I think that was like our overall best complimentary football. But that game, our freshman year, was so crazy.
Yeah,
in terms of in terms of being a fan watching it, I think that freshman year game was probably a little better. But in terms of just football performance played, I feel like this year was better for sure.
No, I completely agree. Like, as really, you just spotted it on. As a fan, the game a couple years ago was probably better because it was just like so much up and down, and the fans stormed the field afterwards, which didn't happen this year. But the game itself was so much more cleaner. Like, I mean, I guess maybe we had like a muff punt. The reverse play on the kickoff return. Were any of y'all out there when that happened? When I got called back?
No, but we I kind of knew when we practiced that play, like during the week, we had similar situations because it's hard with the momentum. He's going forward, he's tossing it. It's like he's not trying to toss it forward because he's running forward and tosses it. It kind of like gets dragged with them. So I don't know. It's hit or miss, but it's hard to execute something like that. But
what was the thought process going into halftime? I think it was we were up by a touchdown. They were making plays. We were making plays. Like, what was the vibes like on the sidelines? Listening to Venables, I'm sure he probably talked for like 10, 15 minutes, something like that.
I mean, at the sideline coach, as soon as we get to halftime, we would just go straight to adjustments. And then maybe it's like the last like minute or two we talk about the team. It's really like we get right down to it. It's not like we're right because after every play, like we have it drawn up, and so we're able to analyze it, what we were seeing out there. So as soon as we get in the locker room, like we're going into every single play, knowing what adjustments we need to make, seeing what they're doing. So in terms of like talking to the team, we don't really do that much. And then after I spoke to the team, like it's just a 0-0 mindset. We played a good first half, but that doesn't mean anything. Still have a lot of ball to do. Typical stuff like that. But we were really dialed in, man. We just had to keep bringing the physicality, and I think we did a tremendous job doing that. And obviously, we come out of half right away. Offense is a tremendous job. Go 75 yards. Tolly Walker with some great runs there, and I think that just really started the momentum. We talk about middle eight all the time, and we won the middle eight 10-3. And so,
wait, can you talk about that some more? You said the middle eight.
Yeah, so I think we talked about this last podcast a little bit, but it's kind of a Clemson thing that Coach Venables adopted. But to be successful as a football team, you have to win the middle eight, which is the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. And so you gotta win those because that's really how you capitalize the game. How you finish the first half and how you start the second half. So we did a tremendous job. Obviously we had, I think, a stop on the defense, and then I think all they had was a field goal before half, if I'm not mistaken.
There's basically science behind it. Teams that dominate the middle eight usually win the game. So it's kind of just a staple of Coach Fee is dominating that middle eight offensively and defensively.
One of those B Venables stats.
Yeah.
Hey, we talked about a Coach Fee stat, even a Lincoln Riley stat, because it was talked about. If you win the rushing total and then you win the turnover margin,
battle,
then you're going to win the game. And we won both of those.
Yep, y'all won both of them. I looked at that. That was the first thing I looked at right after the game. They put the stats up at the end of the game, and I was like, I promise you they won the rushing battle. Even though, and we'll talk about the offense a little bit more, we have a special guest for you all later. Like, we're honestly, we may not even get to the back half of this, but we have a guest to help us out on the other end. More on that reveal later. But you guys won the turnover battle. You guys won the rushing battle. Even though Dylan Gabriel had 110, 113, 112 yards. Yeah.
Awesome.
Did y'all get a chance to speak to him during, after, or even up until now since the game?
I mean, whenever I talk to Dylan, it's more so we don't really talk about football. It's more so just keep leading the guys, we got each other, encouraging stuff like that. I'm not what was the game plan, or what was going through your mind on that play? Yeah. I'm sure reporters ask him enough of that type of stuff, but he's done a tremendous job, man. That's a Heisman candidate for sure, if I've ever seen one.
All right, y'all. So when Braden and I played at OU, we used to get all the gear we could dream of, right? Now, if we want to buy OU apparel, we kind of have to do it like everybody else, the normal way. All right. But the good thing for us is that the podcast is sponsored by HomeField Apparel. You've heard us talk about HomeField Apparel ever since the start of the season, right? So you guys know there are a lot of collegiate brands out there, but we wanted to partner with HomeField Apparel because their designs are simply the best out there. Be sure to go to homefieldapparel.com, filter using the word Oklahoma, and see what we're talking about. All right. Our listeners get an exclusive deal using the code Prairie23. That's Prairie23 gets you 15% off your first order. Okay. Find what you want, add it to the cart, use the code Prairie23 for 15% off. All right, we know you're wearing Sooner gear, so you might as well reload and re-up and refresh using HomeField Apparel. All right, you can find them at homefieldapparel.com. Again, using the code Prairie23 for 15% off your first order. All right, y'all, go to them. All right, y'all, moving on to the goal line stand. Let's talk about it. 4 and out. Normally you hear 3 and out, but 4 and out? 1 yard, 1 yard, lost 1 yard, gain 1 yard. Shout out to Billy B, man. Shout out to Billy B. What was y'all's perspective? What? Because no, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I know I sound like an old head, but back in my day, I'd be like, 1 yard, 4 downs, automatic touchdown. Like, I ain't even gonna think twice about it. Not in 2023 though. Now with D Stutz and Jaren Kanak on the field, my bad. Kanak. What was y'all's thought process? What were y'all thinking?
All right, so basically about this goal line stand, this is like a staple on defense. This is a statement. This is like how you want your identity to be found. Your program's identity is found in 4th and 1 on the goal line. And that's, everybody, we watched like a Texas news thing that was like saying they're about to score, like it's some videos in like our Monday hit tape that showed all the highlights, and like it showed like the Texas guys like, oh, here they are, they're about to score and tie the game or go up or whatever it was. No, denied 4 times in a row. And that's what I'm talking about. So
JL was trying to look all cute for his picture. I saw that.
Yeah, just wait till he grows his hair out.
He's like, yeah. So they got to the goal line. They go in their jumbo package that I guess Steve Sarkisian said no one's ever stopped, and they put in their big defensive tackles. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. The first play, that dude will go straight for Jaren. The 365-pounder goes straight for Jaren. Yeah, I don't blame you for what you did, but
there's not very many players where they don't block the Mike linebacker on the A gap. So it's like,
what'd you do, Jaren? You cut him?
Not necessarily. I like kind of took away surface and ripped up, so he kind of missed and fell that way. But it still kind of knocked me back a little bit. So I was like, it was a neutral. He didn't knock me on my ass or anything, but
it's fine. Yeah. Anyway, earlier in the week we put in this package, this Grizzly package, because obviously you got to prepare for a situation like that. And we had Kip Lewis come into the game. We threw in more defensive. We threw in some more nose tackles instead of defensive ends.
We had Lewis 3 plays, 3 tackles.
Yeah, we put Kip in there. Kip's a dog, man. Every time Kip gets on the field, bro, he makes plays.
You got a nose for the ball, man. Love it.
Got a nose for the ball. And so, we were really prepared for that situation, man. I think you get down to, the goal line, it's all about heart, man. Obviously, who wants it more? Do they have dudes that are 365 pounds? Deshaun McCullough, the first play or second play, goes right at the dude. Yeah. Blows his. And sorry for my language, but I think that's the only way to put it.
Getting passionate about this goal line stand here. It means a lot to us.
Yeah. And, I feel like that's something that hasn't been done in a long time, man. It's just history that was made in that moment.
It hasn't.
It really took a complete buy-in for all 11 players on the field, man. You look at it, 3 plays right there. They couldn't get a yard, with their jumbo package, whatever that's supposed to mean. And then,
demoralizing
2 because we were pushing them back. They try a slant route to Worthy, and we have Deshaun and Billy Bowman. All over it, man. So I think it just really shows kind of the staple of if you're going to put, what the game really meant to us, man, and how bad we wanted it. I think that is a perfect, representation at the end of the day. Then the offense, comes out there at the 1 yard line backed up. Texas is fired up, bro. Chance for a safety to get the ball back, and Tolly Walker with like a 15-yard gain, like that's just huge. Like now the momentum's fully in our favor, man. You're able to go down there. I think we punted though. But still, like to able to go there and just kind of flip the field in that situation is what you got to do for a good football team. Like that's the definition of complementary football.
Yeah.
And then now I think they had like a 2-minute or 4-minute drive, really chew some clock down and get themselves in position. And then, had a bust there by someone, so they scored a touchdown. And then we went 3 and out. And then, now it's kind of like it's all tied up, man. This is kind of where you got to buckle down as a defense, really show them like what you worked on. We do a lot of 2-minute situations. We had, they were kind of, right then it's a 4-minute offense, the 4-minute offense game plan.
Yeah.
And for people, I think J-Hall can really describe what that means of offensive mind in that situation.
Yeah, here, let me talk about this real quick. Just by looking at the last 4.5 minutes of the game, you can 100% tell that we are better coached. Because as an offensive guy, like, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at how a coach would think. I'm looking at what the players are doing. I'm looking at X's and O's and just everything. Okay. What we did, we call it 4-minute offense. All right. It doesn't matter if there's 4 or 5 minutes left on the clock. We kind of get into this mode with 6 minutes. It all just depends on how the game is going. I don't know if you guys know, but if Texas were to hold the ball until the play clock had went down, instead of snapping the ball with 20 plus seconds left on the play clock, they would have went all the way down the field and made the field goal with around 10 to 20 seconds left in the game. All right, that's way different than the Sooners getting the ball back with 120?
117.
117? Yeah, they handled the last 4 minutes of the game terribly. Like, terribly. You can tell that they didn't practice it because they were moving in a hurry. They were in a rush. Like, they had never been, like, the game was tied, so essentially on offense, what you want is to kill the defense slowly, so that way when your defense goes back out there, they don't have to defend as long. And so that was poor clock management on Texas' behalf. But we're not here to talk about them. We took advantage of the opportunity, and you can tell, like I said, you can tell just by looking at what we did right before halftime. The 2-minute drill right before halftime was smooth. The 2-minute drill right before or at the end of the game, it was smooth. They practiced it. They executed it flawlessly. Even before halftime, you can tell Tawee, when he got the dump down, he got the first down, ran straight out of bounds, stopped the clock. I'm like, man, that's such smart football. Like, that's thinking football. It's not always about running people over. It's about making the smart decision. All right. Perfect example on the last drive of the game. Drake catches the ball, gets upfield, gets down. He doesn't try and fight for extra yardage. He doesn't try and do anything extra. He gets down. All right. Because he knows that the first down, after that, clock stops. All right. Who catches the ball on the sideline?
Dog.
Yeah.
Jaleel.
Jaleel.
Jaleel catch on the sideline. Stog fights for extra yards, gets out of bounds. I think Anthony even had one. A toe tap on the side. That is crisp football. That is knowing the situation. All right. Then Dylan Gabriel stays in the pocket, trusts his offensive line, makes the dump down pass to Nick. Excuse me, I'm forgetting our left tackle's name. Shout out to him though. He blocked.
Had a great block, man. Took up 2 dudes, man.
2 dudes at one time.
Blocked 2 guys, man. That's fight. That's all that is. The stop on the goal line. That's fight. Finishing. That's fight and being smart. All right. That's nothing extra. That's nothing extraordinary. That's doing what we practice. Well, I guess y'all now. I'm not in it no more. But still, like, I admire great football like that. I think y'all did a hell of a job. And as a matter of fact, I think we might have a special guest to wrap up the rest of the podcast. Y'all excited for who we got next?
100%. We have a good one for you guys.
So excited.
Hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all listening so far. We're going to wrap things up on this podcast. Coming up next, we got Nic Anderson, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour coming in at 6'4", 205, number 4 on the field. Little brother to the big brother. Hey, y'all already know who it is. Nic Anderson, baby, the one who took us to the promised land. Appreciate you for coming on to the podcast, my boy.
Yeah, man, no problem. It's a pleasure.
Man, about time we got another offensive dude on here.
Was the last time you got offensive dude?
It's been years,
Bro,
man.
you are? Yeah.
Years.
So long. Yeah.
You're our first
So
guest,
long.
man. Matter of fact, we've kind of just been keeping it a defensive thing. We finally had a reason, to talk to the offense for once. So what's up?
Finally, I feel like the offense has been doing good. You could have picked like a
bro. We tried to get Gavin Freeman. Bro was a celebrity. Didn't want to answer his
Oh
text.
my
Too hard
gosh!
for us. We
Of
couldn't get him.
We
course.
tried to get Baker Mayfield. His PR representative said no. So
We
it's
did
kinda
try and
tough,
get
yeah.
Baker. Yeah.
So it's been
I've been
tough.
trying to get Creed Humphrey on here for years. You know.
Oh,
And then,
so
Danny and Jaren just aren't as good as recruiting as me and B Willie were. We were on it,
oh yeah, bro. You gotta pick up the slack, bro. You're slacking.
bruh. Matter
mean-
of fact, I'll never forget, bro. I can't remember what home game it was, but I think Jaden Hazelwood had like a 3-touchdown game. He literally runs off the field after his 3rd touchdown, comes straight to me. He's like, J Hall, can I get on the podcast now? I'm like, yes, sir. You most certainly can.
That's tough.
See, we
Yeah,
need that type
mid-game.
of excitement back.
The podcast when B Willie and J Hall running, everyone in the locker room knew it, bro. Now we have so many podcasts with like Nick and Caden do their thing.
Yeah.
And like it's like no one knows like that we be doing podcasts, man.
Everybody want to be a podcaster nowadays.
Everyone want to be a podcast. We
Hey
always
man, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being a podcaster nowadays, man. Y'all
I'm not gonna
the
lie.
ones out here.
I'm not gonna lie, Nick. When I saw you and Caden come out with y'all's podcast, I'm like, they not the OGs though. They not the OGs.
But we knew that. We knew that. We knew we weren't the OGs.
Hey,
we ain't trying
nah,
to see us flow.
for real though, not like before we move into the game. Let's talk about. All right, so shout your podcast out. What's the name of it?
Okay. So the name is Red Dirt Rambles. We're sponsored by
Uh-huh.
Mercury, and you can find us on YouTube, Apple Music, any of the mainstream podcast outlets.
How did that come about? Like, how did that happen?
It's a funny story. Like, so when Caden was getting recruited, he got recruited by an ASU coach, Arizona State. And long story short, that coach stopped coaching, went into NIL stuff. And he reached out to Caden our freshman year and was like, hey, do y'all want to be a part of this opportunity? Like, we're looking for 2 guys to do like this podcast. And we think like y'all be a good fit. And we were like, shoot, yeah, we're not doing anything else. I mean, we're freshmen. We haven't been on the field yet, and we don't really have any NIL deals.
Yeah.
So we're like, of course, like they could have paid us like $2 and we would have still done it. But that's basically how it started. Yeah,
What?
yeah, we get a little bit of the share, but
Nah,
I mean they
I'm
get
playing.
most. Wait,
Okay.
what'd you say?
I'm messing around.
But yeah,
Quit,
it's
quit.
just but yeah, it's just been going strong since then.
Oh man, that's crazy, bro. Because like our story is the exact same way. Like Alex, our producer, he hit us up. He was like, "Yo, you want to do this?" So as a matter of fact, man, it's crazy to see. I think I told you this in the locker room after the Iowa State game, bro. I knew you were gonna be good, but I wasn't. Danny, Jaren, y'all can talk about this too. Like I didn't think it would happen like this. Like I don't know. Danny, Jaren, did y'all see something that I didn't? Y'all are there in practice all the time.
I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
lie.
yeah,
you're
of
not
course.
Because I mean, I feel like you said the same thing about me. Like,
Oh,
come
we
on.
did. We did.
You don't know how to scout talent. I'm not gonna lie, Nick.
Well,
I
well,
remember-
no. Well, we knew you were gonna be good. Like I remember doing the podcast. Like, yeah, that kid's gonna be good. But I guess it's different. Like, I'm not there in practice. Never mind. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I remember me and David last year were like he especially David. He had high stock on Nick because Nick, you're from Houston, right?
Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
me and David from the same district.
The Katie connection.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always known Nick. I mean, bro has a 6-pack like crazy. I mean, you got to be good.
Chill.
Whoa.
I am jealous.
You jealous of the six?
All right, Jay Hall, you been weird.
I'm a little chubby now, bro. Chill out.
Dude, that's how it be. Like all the skill position guys, they just be running so much. They're so shredded to the gills, and you just have like linebackers who just have dad bods.
bro. And I just,
The D line and
Nah.
linebackers, we just have dad bods, bro.
I appreciate the dad bods, bro. Without the dad bods, we couldn't hold it down. You feel me?
Yeah.
man,
Talk your
stop.
talk, Nick. Yeah. I like
So like
that.
realistically, and I guess Jay Hall can kind of answer this for us. Like when you guys are done playing football, do you think you're gonna like get really fat and out of shape, or do you think you'll like shred up? It's like me personally, I think I'm gonna like lose 50 pounds and just be ripped. But I don't know.
Bro, the thing here, I'll tell you this before we move on. So I was so used to being on a scholarship, bro. When I first stopped playing, like I started losing hella weight because I just wasn't used to buying food. So
Mhm.
I would go to sleep hungry and just be like, all right, grab some crackers before bed, drink some water,
I'm
call it a
having
day.
sleep for dinner.
Yeah, like
I'm
bro,
not
like
gonna lie though, but like I heard that before. Like people just be forgetting to eat.
yeah, like it's not the same. And like one thing I didn't realize this, bro. Like old heads, they always tell you like, oh, things gonna change when you're not playing no more. And I used to be like, nah, like I'll never be fat. But like one
So you're
thing, I
fat
don't think
now,
you
So you think you're fat?
oh shut up.
What'd you weigh right now? Be honest.
Yeah,
Be-
hop on the scale.
I'm probably like 240, but I'm like a chubby 240. Like I've lost some muscle.
yeah, we could tell.
Yeah.
we
It's
shouldn't
not the same.
Y'all some
Bro, yeah,
jerks.
bruh. I'm losing my podcast, Nick. Anyways, but like, bro, what y'all staying in shape is like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all run all the time, y'all lift weights all the time. Like, bro, like when you're like me coaching kids like 3.5 hours a day and then I work full time, like you're not thinking about working out. Like you're not like actively thinking about it. All right. And last thing, I'll say this. Nick, you know how I texted you the other day? You're taking a nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Bro, you become an adult, there are no naps in the middle of the day. So if you're going to
No
work out
naps?
like an elite no, bro. If you're going to work out for an hour and a half like you do in college, you can't take a nap in the middle of the day. Like I got to pay bills. I got to work.
Hey, I'm
So-
not gonna lie, bro. Jaren is the king of the 20-minute nap. Like if
Hmm.
there's if there's a 20-minute segment in a day, he's like, I'm just gonna take a nap. I'm like, bro, we have literally 20 minutes.
It's perfect.
Just wake me up.
This is psychologically proven. You can back me up with stats from the internet. 20 minutes is like the optimal time to nap. It's like right before your brain enters the REM sleep or whatever. Right before it starts the cycle where it goes down and down and down. It's like for those of you who don't know, I don't really know too much about it either. I'm not gonna pretend like I do. But like when you sleep, like your brain like does these cycles. It goes up and down and waves of sleep, and like there's REM sleep and there's all that kind of stuff. Like the 20-minute mark is like right before you go down into like the deep sleep where like because like if you wake up from like right when you're in the middle
All
of
right,
deep
getting
sleep,
into the game. Let's talk about something important.
I
Here.
got such smart guys on my podcast. I was into it, bro.
they were locked in.
Yeah, for real.
I hear this every single time we talk about it. So.
Bro, Danny wants to talk about his quote. He's like, forget the sleep. I want to
Hey,
talk
all right,
about
since you're gonna bring
Danny's
it
had
up,
the busiest. Danny's had the busiest day ever. Danny has not been off the phone all
He's
day.
wearing the shirt. Oh my gosh.
Yes, Sirski. Buy that
Already?
merch, y'all. Buy that
Already?
merch.
hey, I've had a day, man. I was on the Pat McAfee show today, and I was on the Jim Rome show.
What's that?
Yeah.
And I'm not
That's
on
dope.
part of my take. So it's been a bye week, that's for sure.
Bro,
That's a lot.
you like literally are the face of college football right now.
I was trending on Twitter.
Hey, look.
Isn't that crazy? Nic Anderson scores a game-winning touchdown and some random dude on defense just is the
I
face
took
of
a picture of
college.
the cigar and put a hat on, and I'm the celebrity. Even though Nick had the game-winning touchdown. And went,
Bro, it was my only reception, bro. I didn't do anything that special.
Hey,
Bro,
also, fun fact about Nic Anderson, he's like 6 of 11 for scoring. Like, so there's a over a 50% chance if you throw the ball to Nic Anderson, he's gonna score. Fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I saw that. That's kind of
Hey,
crazy.
Nick, you remember Lee Morris
Why does that sound
by
familiar?
chance?
You're an old
Yeah, he
head,
was a
man.
receiver that played like 2 or 3 years ago. We called him TD Lee because he did something similar to you. He was a former walk-on.
Really?
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It was tough. You know, only Danny would find a way to make this podcast about him after you being the special guest.
Nah, I'm having fun just listening.
Nah, bro, we do this all day. As a matter of fact, no, like, let's talk about Danny for a little bit, bro, because
What?
for our listeners, we made an initial recording, which is just me, Danny, and Jaren. But then a couple days went by because we had to get the superstar Nick, and Braden's been busy. So we're like, it's really like another recording. So I guess y'all get the best of both worlds. So much has happened between then and now.
Yeah.
Like Danny's had,
For
like
you
you said,
guys, it was 10 minutes ago. Thanks to Alex and our amazing team. It's seamless editing. It's 5 minutes ago for you guys, but for us, it's been hours. And
It
Danny's
has been.
gained like 4,000 Instagram followers. He
Jaren's
thinks he's
expecting to be a father. It's been a crazy
Yeah.
turn.
Whoa.
Crazy turn.
It's insane.
Danny is proposing to his girlfriend.
bro, is it the
Pachati.
same girl that was walking around earlier in the episode?
That was Phil's
That
girlfriend.
was Phil Pachotti's girlfriend.
Oh, okay,
He's locked up, ladies. Sorry. Unfortunately.
that?
bro.
Yeah, she comes over and does his laundry for him, which is kind of cute.
Like what?
Oh, that's nice.
Right.
Bro, Braden used to always have some girl come over and take care of his dogs and clean his house. So I mean, That's
That's
the
what I do.
way it
That's
is.
why Danny
I'm not
got a
gonna lie.
dog.
That's what I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Danny. So how did you had your interview with Pat earlier today? How'd that go?
Yeah, that was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. You know, they started off being like, we're gonna buy 30 shirts, you know, so you can buy some of your teammates some drinks and have a good time. And you know, kind of put me on the spot. You know, I didn't want to. I'm only 20. We got God.
Oh.
You know, they're trying to put me on the spot.
Wait, you're really only 20?
Trappy.
Yeah, bro. I turned 20. You know, 2 days ago.
What?
No.
No, I'm playing. I turned
I was
20.
about to
in March.
say.
I was like, what?
I turned 20 in March. I'm kind of young though. I'm low key young.
Wait. Danny, you're lying.
Bro, what? I'm 20 years old. I'm a 03.
04, baby.
04.
Are y'all
is where it's
serious?
at.
I'm
Yeah, man.
19. Nick's 19. You're 19, right, Nick?
Yeah, I'm 19.
Me and Nick are 19. Danny's 20.
And then J Hall's just
And J Hall's 45 and bald. Soon to be dreads.
yeah.
by the way.
Hey, you're growing
You
it
got a
up. though.
DM on the Instagram that said that
Hey,
he
all right,
needs to
wait,
go
wait,
to
You like
dreads.
you like it up? You like it up, Jay?
No, we made a bet if we won the game. When we won the game, he was going to grow his
They
hair
were
out.
talking to themselves, Nick.
And actually, hey, for the viewers, since we've had a few day transition, let's see how the hair's growing out.
Let's see if it's coming in.
It's clean, my boy. Look at that reflection,
Oh,
baby.
Bro, you must have oiled it up right before you hopped
Look
on
at
the
that
show.
reflection right there.
Still shiny. Let me turn my brightness down real quick.
Yeah. Nah, bro. That's just color people. Their skin gets oily. You know, white people, they get dandruff because it gets so dry. Other way around. You know, y'all can't relate.
yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, I got a brown person on
All I
here.
can
to back
relate
me
to
up.
having a receding hairline.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro, don't make me start spitting game. Matter of fact, I'll never forget when Tyrese Robinson said something about me being bald. I'm like, bro, don't act like I don't see those receding quarters. Like, and bro, like he covered his head. He's like, "Are you serious, J Hall? You can see it." I'm like, bro, game recognized game. telling you. Anyways,
Yeah.
all right, Danny. So you're going viral with the picture with the cigar.
The tattoos.
There was the tattoos.
What tattoo?
He said what tattoos?
What else?
Tat.
You've been on TV. Hey, I retweeted your voting for your what is it, the Butt Kiss Player of the Week? Did you see that?
The Ronnie Lott thing.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, I was winning pretty drastically on that.
Yeah, Sooner fans showed up and showed out on that one.
Appreciate you, Ronnie.
They
Big
always
fan.
do.
Hey, let's get into the moment. All right,
Okay.
Nick,
I'm with it.
Hey,
Let's
the
go through your
last
Head, bro.
Set the scene, Danny. Set the scene. Talk about it. Lead up to it.
set the scene,
go
bro.
ahead.
I'm over here telling people like, guys, it's Sooner Magic. Chill out. I wasn't even really watching. I'm gonna be honest with you. I honestly, defense doesn't really watch. Like we're always getting like corrections and stuff in the tent.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. You probably have a
Bro,
better viewpoint.
I could tell you don't have a girl. Set the scene, bro. Set it up.
All right, let me light the candles. Let me get it going for you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
mega.
Defense just held Texas to a field goal. You know, Texas fans are going crazy. But there's a
Stupid.
stone cold killer named Dylan Gabriel. With
Yeah.
minute 17 left on the clock.
They left him too much time.
And man, oh man, was that man going to make them pay? And obviously, Nick, take us through that last drive.
Man, it's really all a blur, but I remember just the first couple plays where we got those couple completions. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, we got this. Like there was really no doubt anywhere on that field that was like, we're not finna walk this ball all the way down to the red zone. And then once we got into the red zone, I was like, oh yeah, it's done deal. We finna punch it in. It doesn't matter where the ball is going. Like it's gonna get in there. And then I remember running so many corner routes for some reason. It was just setting it up. I was getting used to the route. I don't know, but man, it got down to the last play, and we actually ran the same play, like for the first play of the drive, and they called it again on the last play, and I motioned across, came over, settled it up, got squared to the line, and they snapped the ball, and Stog releases super fast. He's supposed to buy a count for me so I could get to my route. But he just releases
saw that.
immediately. We bump into each other,
He was nervous.
and I'm like, crap.
Moment's too big.
but it low key worked out because the corner crashed, and the linebacker was supposed to take one of us, or maybe it was the safety. I don't know, but they both got confused. Yeah, they both got confused. And even if the safety did pick me up, Stog was gonna be wide open in the flat, so he was wrong either way. And then bro, Walter when he picked up the corner and he still had his man, that was crazy. And then he just gave Dylan enough time to do a little hop, throw it in the back of the end zone. And I talked to Dylan. He was like, "Yeah, I jumped. I was ready to throw it away, and I saw you last second in the corner, so I just gave you a chance, and I was wide open." So. And bro, the ball was in the air for at least like 30 seconds. To me, it felt like
that's how it was on the last play of the game. Like, it felt like that ball was in the air
forever.
But anyways, back to Mo.
No, you good. And then I just caught it, and after that, all thoughts left my mind. Like I was just screaming.
You didn't know what to do, huh? Bro, in moments like that, now I never caught a touchdown versus Texas, but speaking in general, I feel like you get hey, chill out. Hey, nah, but on a serious note, I feel like you get so excited, bro. Like you just don't like you got so much emotion in your body. And I saw you pause before you even moved. Like it seems like you took a second before you figured out what you were going to do. What was that moment like for you when you turn around? You're facing the student section now. You're facing the cheerleaders. You're facing like the loudest part of the crowd. That little corner right there is typically,
which was crazy.
Yeah, talk about that just in that moment.
I don't know. It's kind of like I really don't even remember. It was like I was just charging up to scream. Yeah. I just took a deep breath and just let it all out. And like I started walking over to the fans, and they were just reciprocating the energy, and it was just crazy. Like it felt like just everything around me was just loud, just noise. Mm-hmm. And the teammates were coming up to me. Sorry if I didn't immediately celebrate with my teammates, but I don't even remember anything happening in that moment. So,
Danny, Jaren, I don't think we talked about you guys' perspective during the touchdown. What were y'all doing over there?
I'm like, bro, hey, calm down. We still gotta go out on defense.
We're poised.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, like this game is not over. Like they still have to return a kick. Like, I don't want to be that team that like has this great moment that like all the players are too like hyped up, and then they take a kickoff back to the crib. Like I do not want that to be like happening. So I'm just trying to calm everyone down. Like, bro, this game is not over. Like I know it seems like it, but we still have football to be played. So that's what I was doing. I was very excited, obviously, but I knew like
that's smart.
Yeah, very, very mature answer.
I don't want.
That's the leadership. That's the leadership. Because I remember in those moments, like I would be happy, but I wouldn't be excited until it was all over.
No, for sure.
Like I'd be like, okay, next thing, Danny and Jaren going to go out there on defense. Nick's over there on the sideline in the bleachers, like, I'll do this.
Yeah, I was going stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I broke the
You broke the helmet, didn't you?
Nah, not the helmet, but like the little
the tent.
Yeah, the tent that they be hanging over our bleachers. I broke it on accident.
Bro, I saw you slam the helmet, and I was like, "Yo, chill out. That's like a $2,000 helmet."
Nah, they was going around crazy, like snatching the helmets from us, so they wouldn't get stolen from the fans at Russell Field.
Wait, fans got on the field?
Well,
like,
JL actually was like he didn't have fans storm the field when we won.
Hey, bro, 2021 was a different era. I can't compare.
No facts.
I can't compare. I can't do it at all.
Bro, hey, one thing that was cool about the game was kind of the highlight was having the boss on the sideline, man. I love what Coach V is doing with bringing like former players like that back, man. Because when you're getting coached up by Brian Bosworth in the middle of the game,
nothing like
it. Crazy.
Like it's wild, man. Like even though I know he has no idea about the game plan. Like he knows football, so
He knows ball, man. He just knows ball.
I'm gonna listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, whenever he speaks to the team, bro, like that's gonna fire you up. And
Bro,
seeing
what?
guys like we've always had former players, but not like that.
No, it was cool after the game. What he say? He was like, "They know, we know,
We know.
now the whole world knows."
Nah, yeah, because when in the summertime he spoke to it, or was it fall camp? It was I think fall camp.
Yeah.
He came and spoke to us and told us like kind of that message, like, just about what Oklahoma is, kind of the history of it is how, even when he was playing, man, like when Oklahoma pulls up, everyone knows what time it is, man. So that's kind of getting back on that path, man.
Texas fears Oklahoma. Nick, man, before we wrap things up, one more thing I want to touch on. Your relationship to this organization is a little bit different than everybody else's. And I know I called you little bro earlier, but seeing you speak to your brother Ryder, who I played with while I was in New York, we both came in as priority free agents. Yep. Shout out to your brother. And obviously I played with Rodney. Big influence in my life in terms of developing into the player who I became. What was it like speaking to them? One, I'm surprised your brother even had service. But what was it like speaking to them after the game on the phone?
Man, it was just a blessing, bro. I can't even. There's no other words to describe it. I mean, we can share those moments with your closest relatives, with your closest friends. I mean, it's a different feeling, and they were just as excited or more as excited than I was in that moment. And if I could go back and live that moment right there, I would. So
yeah. For our fans that don't know Rodney personally, he don't typically show too much emotion. So to see him yelling in these videos all on Twitter and everything, I'm just like, man, like who? That's a whole different dude.
Yeah, it was a little different when he was a player. He was more like a lead by example type.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But now when he's in the house, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. That's love. Hey man, Danny, Jaren, y'all are new to the interviewing, but typically what me and Braden do is we allow our interviewees to leave any final notes or thoughts or shout outs that you want to give. Shout out to your mom, shout out to your brother. Anything you want to mention before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to my mom, my Dukes. Shout out to my dad. Pops, he's probably gonna watch this. Grandma, definitely gonna watch this. Everybody else, Sooner fans, love y'all. Couldn't do it without y'all. Love the support. It's crazy. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. Appreciate y'all having me.
Nick, we appreciate you. Braden couldn't join us tonight, but he wanted me to tell you as a big bro, one also who played with you. He's proud of you. I'm proud of you. Sooner Nation is proud of you. We appreciate you for coming on to the podcast on the Prairie. Danny, Jaren, you got anything for the people?
Nah. Buy my merch. Appreciate you guys.
All right, y'all. That's all we got. Deuces.
Peace.